So the folks at BioLite have done it again. They come up with a really cool solar panel setup called the Solar Panel 5 Plus. We're going to take a closer look at it coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So you may have seen a while back, I did a couple of videos on the BioLite stove, which is a wood-burning stove that has a battery pack on it which powers a fan which accelerates the flame and gives you a better burn. But it also uses the heat from the flame to generate electricity which you can charge devices with. Pretty cool stuff, so you can check out those videos if you're interested. I also did a video on the kettle charge, which is allows you to boil water and charge devices at the same time too. So BioLite does a pretty good job of combining technology in innovative ways and coming up with some cool stuff. So the folks at BioLite were kind enough to send me this Solar Panel 5 Plus so I could show it to you. So we're in the backyard here. Got a lot of trees, not a lot of sunshine because of the trees, and one thing that you got to have for solar is sunshine. So what I thought we'd do, I'm going to take you out front, put this thing on the hood of the Bronco because it seems to be pretty sunny right now there, and we'll take a look at how well this thing works, and I'll talk about some of the features I think are pretty cool, and I'll try to keep the rambling to a minimum. Okay, so once again, this is the BioLite Solar Panel 5 Plus. The solar panel is 10.12 inches by 8.19 inches by just under 1 inch thick at the widest point. Weighs just 13.76 ounces. Features a 2200 mAh lithium-ion battery with a power output of 5 watts at peak sun. The built-in battery has a USB output to charge your devices and can also be charged through the micro USB input. The solar panel features an auto reconnect for cloudy conditions. It is Ipx4 weather resistant. Features a 360-degree kickstand so you can get the best position to take full advantage of the sun. Also has an analog sundial which helps you line it up for maximum efficiency. And corner latch points to allow you to hang it or fasten it in a lot of different ways. Okay, I know this would be a lot prettier if I was in the woods somewhere. I took this thing in the woods last weekend with me on a Boy Scout camp out to make this video. It rained all weekend. Solar don't work in the rain. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you real quickly how this works, and we'll get back into the backyard studio. So back here you've got two covers. You've got your USB marked cover. That's for your output. If you want to charge this thing, you know, before you leave home to get the battery charged up, you can use a micro USB input, which is here. Basic stuff. So what we go ahead and plug in the USB to the output, and it's 2200 mAh battery, and then it's actually got a little lights here, indicator lights to show you the battery level. So whether or not the battery's charged in full sun, this thing puts out a full 5 watts of power. So next step, you see it's got a little target up here. Okay, and you can see that the dot in the middle is off center a little bit. So the goal is to get this thing to be right in the center, obviously. So I think in this case we're going to pull it back just a little bit to get it up with the crosshairs there, and then we'll turn it this way a little bit, the wrong way, turn it this way until it's pretty close in the crosshairs. Anyway, that's what you're looking for. You can see that the shadow is directly in the crosshairs, which is going to mean you're getting the maximum output. So now let's plug the phone in and see what we got. Got our iPhone here. I'm trying to get this where you can see this thing because it's hard to see in the bright sunshine. Plug it in, and if you could see it, but it came on, started charging. So it is charging, doing pretty well. I mean, that's pretty much what it's designed to do, right? Okay, so that's how it works. Let's take this thing back to the shade, and I'll ramble a little more about it. Okay. You may have noticed that I did not do that on the hood of the Bronco. I did it on the driveway because the black solar panel sort of blended in on the black primer on the hood of the Bronco. But let's talk real quickly about why I think this is a cool product. I know there are more higher capacity solar panels on the market. I reviewed some of them. They're good stuff, not knocking any of them. There are larger storage batteries on the market. This is one of the few that I've seen that actually combine the two, though, in one cool package. So you got a 5 watt output in full sun. You got a 22 mAh storage battery, which is enough to charge a cell phone, most smartphones, one time. In full sun, the solar panel will charge this storage battery in 2 hours. Also, by the way, this is enough. This battery is enough to power a BioLite stove for 20 hours of cooking, which is pretty cool. I really like the fact that it's got this 360-degree stand on it, that you can turn it all the way around. So, I mean, pretty much any way you need to orient this, you're going to be able to do it. Whether whether you're hanging it or leaning it or whatever. And if you don't know which way to orient it, the sundial targeting device is an excellent idea, in my opinion, because I'll tell you, when I set this thing up, I thought, I tried just visually to aim it at the sun is where I thought was it perfectly, and I look at the targeting device and I'm off typically a pretty good bit. So this just allows you to make sure that you're getting the maximum effectiveness out of this panel. I like the fact that it's Ipx4 Waterproof, which means you can leave this out in the rain, it's not going to hurt anything. It puts out a full 5 watts of power. It's got the little hanging brackets here. Another thing I really like about it is the low profile. I mean, it is. You see how thin that is? That is probably an 1/8 of an inch thick here, maybe. And the only thick part, really, this any larger, is the battery charging area. It's got the battery charged indication light there that tells you what the battery level is. The way I would use this is go ahead and charge up the battery at home with a mini USB. Then take another power bank with me because I like to be prepared, and go ahead and charge my phone from solar when I have sunshine and save this power. And then if the phone is charged, go ahead and charge the other battery if it comes down. And you have a really good solution, a good way to keep yourself charged up in most situations, really. It's again, I really like the fact that it is just wafer thin, very lightweight, like 13 something ounces. And I like the fact that it is made by BioLite, because I'm telling you, everything that I have seen of theirs has been high quality stuff, and this looks like no exception. So if you're looking for a really cool, lightweight, ultra thin, compact solar solution that really has some great features, I want to check out the Solar Panel 5 Plus from the folks at BioLite. Once again, thanks to the folks at BioLite for sending me this so I can show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing, for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing this video. And thank you so much for doing your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. I sincerely appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time. At the most sunlight, so you can pick up the maximum efficiency of the I guess you can't really see that. So, man, I am rambling.